Hello and welcome to Performance Check. My name is Rob and I've returned. This sort of signifies my return to the online role-playing game community. This is just a quick message and a shout out to people who are subscribed to my channel. So the big news is I just passed 1,000 subscribers. In the grand scheme of things, you know, that isn't massive in terms of YouTube numbers, but it is massive to me. It's massive to me because it means that I must have done something right to at least make 1,000 people hit that subscribe button. So, thank you very much. I really appreciate that, and hopefully I will be generating some new content that will be enjoyable for you guys to watch, and hopefully it will entertain you and hopefully inspire you with your role-playing games. So, what's been going on with me? For the past 7 months I've been on tour with a theatre company performing Shakespeare. It was an absolutely fantastic opportunity, and I wouldn't have traded it for the world, but it was really hard work, and it also meant that I was continually traveling, which means I wasn't home, which means I wasn't able to play games or commit to any other campaigns, or indeed finish the campaigns that I'm already running. So there was an episode of the Dias Cast that was recorded to this channel the other day. The Dias Cast, if you don't know, is the podcast where myself and Lloyd from the channel YalDM, we sit around and we talk about games and our experiences with recent games, and basically all things role-playing game related is what we talk about. And I sort of alluded to some details there, but this, I guess, is meant to be the quick update, so here we go. Here's a quick update. Well, first of all, I'm in a different location. I don't know whether I've actually made that clear to people. As you can see now, I've acquired a plant. It's a plastic plant. One day I'll have a real one. But, you know, always got to be dreaming. Games. I'm going to be running and continuing the games that I was running before the 7-month hiatus. So, on the 28th of April 2019, I'm very pleased to say that Vampire the Masquerade London will be returning to Performance Check. I'm very excited about it. As with the real life circumstances, there's going to be a 6-month gap between the events of the last session and the session that will be named Be Thy Adam. And it will be, recorded to this channel at about 9 o'clock BST, British Standard Time, on that date. And I'm really excited about it. Vampire is a highly improvisational game, and it's one that I'm feeling very happy about returning to as my first game back. Because I'm under no illusions, once you take a big break, you know, it can take its toll, and I don't know how that's going to manifest, and we'll see how it goes. I'm feeling good about it though. But this won't be my actual return to gaming. My return to gaming took the form of playing Lord Wyrick Slate, House Slate, from the brand new game that on Lloyd's channel YalDM, which is called The Old Ways, and is set in Westeros from A Song of Ice and Fire. And that's going to be really cool. Unfortunately, the session last night, it was a wonderful session. It was really, really, really rich and very Game of Thronesy. But sadly, some of that game was lost because of connectivity issues, which is a shame, but it's a sad reality that unfortunately I've had to deal with as well. So look out for that campaign that's going on over at YalDM. Also, a quick update about Lawkeepers. I know that a lot of people initially subscribed to my channel because of the Lawkeepers game, and I haven't forgotten about it. It is there. The game has a very humble following. You know, I'm not under any illusions. I know that there isn't thousands baying for the next episode, but I have had, some really kind messages from people saying, I love this game, I love the characters, and I love the players that you play with. When is Lawkeepers coming back? To tell you the truth, I'm not entirely sure. We have a number of conflicting commitments and other things coming up at the moment that is making Lawkeepers basically decided to put it on the shelf for a little bit, but it will come back. I estimate there's 1 or 2 sessions left in that campaign, and those 2 sessions will be momentous. And I'm very excited for when we get around to doing it. It's just, when we get around to doing it. But, there'll be updates about that in the future. And finally, the other thing that I'm going to be starting up on this channel, that I'm hopefully going to be running opposite Vampire. So Vampire will be running at its usual rate. It will be running bi-weekly, so every Sunday. Not every Sunday, because that isn't bi-weekly, Rob. Every other Sunday. And then on the alternate Sunday, hopefully, I'm going to be running something from my new setting, Godgrave. Details of which you can find on this channel. A setting in which the gods are known to be real, and then they have since fallen and disappeared and gone. What happens to a medieval society when gods are proven to exist and then taken away? I'll tell you what, a spiritual apocalypse. And we're going to be exploring what that's going to be like in the future on Performance Check. So that's about it. The last thing that I'm going to say as well is the other thing that I've been doing whilst I had a significant period of time where I wasn't able to run games. In the hours or so that I did have free when I did come back home, which isn't very long, like a couple hours, and then I'd be off to somewhere else. But I have been recording a number of videos that have been uploaded to the channel T the Writer. I've been working with T, who has taken a sort of a hiatus himself, and I have kind of been hosting D&D stories in his stead. A number of these videos that have been released onto his channel were recorded some time back, and I'm still recording them, and now that I'm finished with the tour I can record them with more regularity, but essentially I'm taking over an entire season of D&D stories, and in that I've been telling stories from my 3.5 days where I would run 3.5 D&D and I would play in 3.5 D&D. So it shows the adventures of characters that I've mentioned on this channel before, like Theodrex of Henlon, played by my friend Matt, Droskor Hammerstone, played by my friend Mike, and Valdane, the Wandering Sorcerer, my sorcerer character from back in the day. And it's been really fun to sort of regale the audience of T the Writer with, with that material. I did actually start telling these stories a long while back with the little mini-series I made called Lore Drop. But essentially that was a rip-off, an authorised rip-off of D&D stories, which I did run by T at the time. So yeah, if you want to see more of me, then you will see that there are a fair few videos already up on T the Writer's channel featuring me telling the stories of Main Realm, my 3.5 setting from back in the day. So I'm just going to round this off by saying once again thank you ever so much for anyone who has hit subscribe on Performance Check. It does mean an awful lot, and hopefully now with my schedule evening out somewhat, I'm going to perform a more rigorous schedule when it comes to uploading content here. And yeah, let's get some conversations going, let's get some dice rolling, and I really hope to be interacting with more of you who have so kindly watched some of my stuff at some point. That's it. I'm now going to enjoy you might have noticed, I'm dressed for summer. When The sun rarely peeks out in the UK, or we have to seize the opportunity with a great abandon. So that is what I've done. I'm standing by my plant in a vest top in the sun, and I'm going to go enjoy it. So anyway, in the meantime, thank you ever so much for watching, and as always, as ever, I hope that all of your performances are up to standard.